I think we'll probably also have to do a pivotal work on Talent Depot.
If you truly want to go after your goals, you're going to have to be the aggressor. You're going to have to be relentless and never settle for second best. There are going to be times where you're going to get knocked down, but you're going to have to pull yourself up single-handedly and not listen to a thing that anybody else says about you, because you need to know that you are capable of so much more in your life, and through your journey you're going to grow and learn and gain so much more experience that you're going to be able to take on any single challenge you want because you're that focused and motivated.
It would have been incredibly difficult to predict these things in the past, even the relatively recent past.
That you know anything you put your mind to will be accomplished because you are going to do whatever you can, whatever you physically are able to do. You're going to put all your energy into that one goal and make it happen. That's how determined you're going to be, because you know at the end of all the hard work is going to be a treasure trove full of greatness. When you truly become successful, all the hard work will become paid off. It's going to be the greatest feeling you'll ever feel.
Having something makes a big difference, but affects a...
And that's when people are doubting you and making fun of you and saying what you're trying to do is impossible and that you can't do it. You put that in the back of your mind and use that as motivation to keep going harder and further and faster. That way, when you truly do achieve it, you can let them know you told them that you weren't going to do it and you made it happen because of your hard work and your determination and your relentless work ethic that they are completely and utterly jealous of. They can't comprehend how bad you truly wanted it.
Success may not be one of the possible outcomes, which is always tricky. I am concerned about certain directions that AI could take that would be not good for the future. I think it'd be fair to say that not all AI futures are benign, not all. And so if you have something, if we create some digital superintelligence that exceeds us in every way by a lot, it's very important that that be benign. And so actually with a few others, I created OpenAI, which is an AI, it's a nonprofit actually. There's no, I think the governance structure here is important. So you want to make sure that there was not some fiduciary duty to generate profit off of the AI technology that's developed. So we created this 501c3, I think quite different from, a lot of sort of 501c3s are, they don't have a high sense of urgency, and they're not really sort of developing technology at a fast pace. But OpenAI is. So OpenAI has a very high sense of urgency, and I think that the people. First of all, I really need to give some thought to how can I provide advice that would be most helpful, and I'm not sure I've given enough thought to that to give you the best possible answer. But I think certainly being focused on something that you're confident will have high value to someone else. And just being really rigorous in making that assessment, because people tend to, a natural human tendency is wishful thinking. So a challenge for entrepreneurs is to say, well, what's the difference between really believing in your ideals and sticking to them versus pursuing some unrealistic dream? And that is a really difficult thing to tell. Can you tell the difference between those two things? So you need to be sort of very rigorous in your self-analysis. I think certainly extremely tenacious, and then just work like hell. You just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. All those things improve the odds of success. If other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks, then even if you're doing the same thing, I did build rockets when I was a kid, but I didn't think I'd be involved in this. It was really more from the standpoint of what are the things that need to happen in order for the future to be an exciting and inspiring one. And I really think there's a fundamental difference if you sort of look into the future between a humanity that is a space-faring civilization that's out there exploring the stars on multiple planets. And I think that's really exciting, and compared with one where we are forever confined to Earth until at some eventual extinction event. Yeah, exactly. SpaceX or some combination of companies and governments need to make progress in the direction of making life multiplanetary, of establishing a base on another planet, on Mars being the only realistic option, and then building that base up until we're a true multi-planet species. We've been making some good progress recently with something we call the Grotesque Project, where we're testing the vertical landing portion of the flight, the sort of terminal portion, which is quite tricky, and we've had some good tests. I do think there's a good framework for thinking is physics.
for rich people, but it won't be that at all. It's anyone who, for the early people that go to Mars, it'll be far more dangerous. I mean, really, it kind of reads like Shackleton's ad for Antarctic explorers. You know, it's like difficult, dangerous, good chance you'll die, excitement for those who survive, that kind of thing. And I think there's not many people who actually want to go in the beginning, because all those things I said are true. But there'll be some who will, for whom the excitement of the frontier and exploration exceeds the concern of danger. And they will start off building the most elementary infrastructure, just a base to create propellant, a power station, glass domes in which to grow crops, all the sort of fundamentals without which you cannot survive. And then really there's going to be an explosion of entrepreneurial opportunity, because Mars will need everything from iron foundries to pizza joints to, I think Mars should really have great bars, the Mars bar,